Hi, this is an instructional video on how to find the volume of a solid using the washer method now. This is a bit more different than the disk method because you have this open space in the middle. So you have that space open. So you have two radii, and you have to subtract the bigger radii from the smaller radii. So in this equation, it says that the region is bounded by x squared, which is that line, the x-axis, which is this, and x equals 2, which is this line. And it's rotated about the y-axis, so it's rotated that way. Alright, okay, now we need to find the volume of this slice right here, just this one. Now, as you can tell, the volume of this isn't going to be as easy as we thought because there's a big gap in the middle. So we find for the radius, we use the radius of all the way out to x equals 2 minus the radius of x squared. So the equation for the volume would be the volume of the washer equals area of the base times the height. Now, for the area of the base, we have to go the area of x equals 2, and we would go pi times 2 squared. And then, because we know the radius is 2, because that's where x equals 2. And then, for the height, if you can tell, the height is going to be the same as the width of the washer. The width of the washer is going to be the same as a change in y values, not the change in x anymore, because we're going perpendicular to the y-axis. So now h has to be dy. So dy equals h. Okay, so we found the volume of x equals 2, at x equals 2 I should say, and it's going to be pi times 4 dy. Now you may be wondering how we're going to solve it with dy in there, and it's actually quite easy. All you have to do is change all the equations so then you get x equals a function. So for this f of x equals x squared, we have to solve it so that we get x equals a value. So it's going to be x squared equals f of x, which equals y. So you can square root both sides. So you get x equals the square root of y, and that's your answer. So you can plug this x equals the square root of y in for your new radius value for the second volume equation. So our second volume equation is going to be volume equals pi times the square root of y squared dy. Okay, now we can finally plug all these volumes into the integral equation. Okay, now that we have our two volume equations, we can plug them in, this one into this integral and this one into this integral, and we can solve. But before we solve, we can simplify this equation. If you can tell, we have two integrals, but they have the same limits. So we can combine them, and since they both have pi, we can take the pi out and put it in the front. So the simplified version would be the volume of the solid equals pi times the integral of 0 to 4 of 4 minus y dy. And then we can just solve for it, and we get v of s equals 8 pi. Alright, that is how you find the volume of salad using the washer method.